Hey, baddie. The only way to create offers that literally fly off the shelf, like I'm talking, you literally drop the offer and immediately you have people inquiring. And not only are they inquiring, but they're actually jumping into your offers with honestly, no questions asked. Literally when I was launched is by, the way to do it is by co-creating your offers with your dream clients. This is honestly a non-negotiable for me in my business. And this happened for me with honestly most of my offers, especially my most recent offer, IG Baddie, where I literally dropped the offer and within 72 hours, I had 4 baddies inside. One of the baddies, literally, she was like, I don't even need the details. Like, I'm in, just send me the link. Didn't even know the price, didn't know how long the program was, didn't really know exactly what was going to be in the program. She just knew that it was the exact transformation that she was looking for. And I think the key here is she trusted that I understood what she needed because we were in constant conversation, right? I'm also right now, actually, as you know, I am talking about a program that we're going into pre-sale on Monday, and I'm so excited. Hey, Alexa, thanks so much for joining. I'm so excited. Hey, Victoria. Oh my gosh, all the baddies are here. So I'm so excited because I'm talking about this offer that I'm going into pre-sale for Monday, as you've seen on my Instagram stories. And I already have 4 baddies who are in, literally. And that's actually already an 8K pre-sale for me. And I want to tell you exactly what I did to achieve this result. Hey, Darren, thanks so much for joining. So the thing that is so important is co-creating your offers with your dream clients. So you need to create something that you know that they need. But in order to do that, so you know that I always say on my Instagram stories, Victoria is like, that's so awesome. Yes, I'm so excited. And I want to share with you exactly how to, oh my gosh, hey, Sonia. Sonia's here. Sonia's in the membership right now and she's having an absolute dream time in there doing her customer research because she's about to start co-creating her offers. So if you are not already inside the membership, baddies, DM me. It's absolutely an amazing place to be where you really start to build your community. So one of the biggest things that has allowed me to co-create my offers with my dream clients is being able to build a baddie community of dream clients who I'm constantly in conversation with. So literally every single day, literally not a day goes by where I am not in conversation with my dream clients, in the DMs, in the comments of my posts, when I'm going live, literally talking to my existing clients. I am constantly doing research, and not only am I just listening to what they're saying, but I'm actually digging deeper. And so this is kind of the first thing that I really want to, Sonia's like, I love it and I'm getting so much help. Yes, she's absolutely killing it. I'm so excited for her to interview her clients and start building her baddie community of dream clients that she can co-create with and build that community that's just ready to buy from you as soon as you drop an offer. And so with digging deeper, I find that a lot of us, and at least this is kind of just from my own past experience from a while ago. Hey, Daria. Daria's in the membership too. I'm so excited. I know that she's also super keen to co-create offers with her dream clients. So this is going to be such an honestly epic live. So something that really held me back in the early stages of my business was I felt a little bit scared to kind of reach out to dream clients, and also not just reach out initially, but also dig deeper when they were telling me about what they were experiencing. So drop a yes in the chat if you've ever felt like that, where you're kind of just ooh, okay, there's a dream client. I really want to talk to them. I want to ask them more questions. I want to really understand where they're at, but I don't want to overstep. I don't want to make them feel like I'm interrogating them. I don't want them to think I'm trying to sell to them right away. I'm really just trying to do research. So drop a yes in the chat if that feels a little bit familiar for you. Victoria is saying, someone told me to contact you about LinkedIn. Is that also your thing? If so, do you have a class? Yes, absolutely. So LinkedIn is totally my jam. I literally, built my business initially on LinkedIn. The best thing that I would say is I have a membership. So it's a monthly membership where basically you get access to content templates that literally will help you create content that will bring in your dream clients. And they're not like any templates. So I think we have a few other baddies in the live right now, actually, who are in the membership. So I don't know if they've had a chance to take a look at the templates, but baddies who have been in the membership, they love the templates because they help them to really quickly create content to post that actually converts, right? A lot of the time, we want to make sure that we're actually posting the right content, right? And inside the membership, there's like a ton of trainings. Like there's probably about like 6 or 7 trainings on how to build your network on LinkedIn, how to do your profile on LinkedIn. So Victoria, send me a DM after this live and I can chat with you more about what's in the membership. It's $97 a month. It's honestly, and there's a monthly Q&A call inside the membership. Our first Q&A call is tomorrow, actually at 10 a.m. PST. So it's honestly a great way to get into my world, start creating content, building your community. I've also dropped a training on how to get clear on your dream client, which is a training that I just did inside my IG Baddie program, where literally people started landing clients straight after that dream client training because they got really specific. So send me a DM and we can chat about it. Highly recommend coming in. Daria is saying, I started implementing your welcome DM template and that is super helpful. I got a few responses from people, but I find they check out after a couple questions. So let's chat about that in the Q&A tomorrow. There's like a way that I continue the conversation so we can like chat about that. And I can actually chat a little bit about that in the live too. Awesome. Yay. Perfect. Victoria is saying perfect. Sounds awesome. Thank you so much. And Sonia, I think, is saying, so me right now, but you're helping me and I feel very hopeful. Exactly. So I really want to break down here, like how important it is for you to really get into that mode of constantly having conversations with your dream clients, right? And the first thing that I really want to say is, so I have a framework for it, like I said, actually in the membership. So the welcome DM template that Daria is mentioning, that training is also in the membership. Like that training alone is worth like $1,000 because it's literally a direct moneymaker, but you get it in the membership for like $97 a month. And the thing with this whole process of building your community though, is I'm going to be completely honest with you, is it does take a little bit of trial and error, right? Just because everyone's business is different, everyone's dream client is different, your personal brand is different, the way that you present yourself, the way that you serve your clients, everyone's different, right? And so I give you kind of like a framework, but then I also show you how you can adapt that based on what you're seeing, based on who you are, so that you can tweak to really find the approach that works for you, right? So basically in the early days, and I've done a lot of the groundwork for you because literally, so let me tell you a story. In January of 2023, so we're talking like literally over a year ago, I was on LinkedIn. So I pretty much like initially built my whole business on LinkedIn. And then I went over to TikTok and then I went over to Instagram and now I'm like on all the channels. But when I was initially on LinkedIn, January 2023, I decided that I was going to be more forward in the DMs, especially when I was selling, but also when I was talking with dream clients, right? Because I used to be really scared of just like bothering them, right? And I was very much in the energy of like, I'm just going to wait for them to come to me. I'm just going to have them tell me if they want to buy from me. I'm not going to bother them. I don't want to be salesy, all this stuff. But then what I realized is, and I'm all about inbound. So I'm not talking about cold outreach here, right? I'm not talking about like pitching someone that you don't know. Like I just got a cold email this morning and it always just like really annoys me. But I'm talking about just having a conversation, like being more proactive with people who join your community, people who comment on your posts, people who connect with you on LinkedIn, people who view your profile on LinkedIn. For example, today, someone viewed my profile on LinkedIn and they are a dream client. So I directly, literally sent them a connection request. I was like, hey, thanks so much for checking out my LinkedIn profile. And I saw that they live in Spain, and I'm actually moving to Spain this year with my husband. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm moving to Spain this year, right? And so what I'm basically doing, hey Marta, thanks so much for joining. We're just chatting about how to build your community so you can co-create with your dream clients. Hey Kiana. Oh my gosh, all the baddies are here. I'm so excited. Kiana and I got to hang out at a dinner last night that I hosted in Vancouver. We had an awesome time. But so what I was mentioning is so someone viewed my LinkedIn profile. They were a dream client. And so I reached out directly to them, sent them a personalized connection request, and I'm starting the conversation, right? Hey, Kiana. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited you're here. And so I used to be really scared of doing this, right? And I would very much, like I said, be in the energy of like, I'll just wait for them to come to me. I'll just hang out over here. I'll just create my content. But something that I started realizing was I was leaving a lot of stuff up to luck. And also I was leaving a lot of like basically kind of like leads on the table, because the thing is, a lot of people, especially when they are like potentially like around you, if they're like interested in like what you do, people are not very like proactive all the time. Like, so you have to really intercept people when they first join your community, when they perform an action towards you, right? And so let me just get back to kind of like the story that I was telling. I get so off track. So in January 2023, I decided to get more proactive, and I was like, I'm gonna like dig more in the DMs. I'm gonna like ask more questions when people are going to talk with me, right? Like I actually need to gather data, because I felt like I was like in the dark about what my dream clients wanted. And I was actually in the dark about like who my dream clients were. Like in January 2023, when I had like my first 10K month in my business, honestly, like I was happy that I had my 10K month, like 4 months into my business off of LinkedIn. But the problem was I was working with like so many different people. So like, and they were all like very different, and they had very different objectives. So drop a yes in the chat if like you've ever had a situation where you've like dropped an offer and you've just had like a lot of different people come in, and they maybe have like different objectives. They have a different profile, and you kind of feel like it's like a mix of very random people. Like you don't feel like you're being very targeted necessarily with who you have coming in. So drop a yes in the chat if like you've ever experienced that, because for me, that was my experience of my first ever 10K month in my business. And so that's when I realized I was like, I need to do a little bit of research and figure out like exactly who I'm best to work with. And so I decided to get more proactive. And with this effort of getting more proactive, so this is where I mean I did a lot of the groundwork for you guys, is I basically went to war. I went to the trenches. I tried different things, and I got ghosted a lot. Like literally, I'm talking every single week, I got ghosted. I got like rejected. I like sent my booking link to people. No one booked a call. Like it was like really, really tough. But I was basically breaking new ground, because I was like, I don't want to just sit here and wait anymore. Like I want to be proactive in my business. And so like just drop like a me in the chat if you're someone who's like, I want to take control of things in my business. I don't want to just sit around waiting for things to happen. I'm an action taker. I make things happen. So like drop a me in the chat if you're just like, yes, this is me, because that's totally the type of person I am as well. Daria's like, yes, that's me. Exactly. You're all baddies, so you're action takers. And so, but through all these like mistakes, and so the story I keep trying to tell you is I was in a conversation with this one guy in the DMs and Instagram. Victoria's like 100% me. I love that. That's why you guys are here. So in the DMs, I was messaging this guy, and he was telling me about kind of like his challenges, right? And he was like, oh, like, I don't know how to like represent myself on LinkedIn and like all this stuff. And I got over eager, and I misread his messages as buyer signals. And I basically just like, I didn't pitch my offer, but I kind of started saying, I was like, oh, like this is where like it would really be great for you to like get your profile up. And because I was doing a done for you LinkedIn profile service. And so basically I kind of started like accidentally, I came off a little bit salesy, right? And he ghosted me. And I don't know why, but like I got really upset about that experience with myself because I felt like I had really built a relationship with this person. They had been commenting on my content and they had been having this conversation with me in the DMs, and they were like sharing with me what they were going through. And then I like hit them with a salesy message, and then they like never messaged me again. And I was just like, this feels so crappy. Like, I don't want to be that person, right? And for a while, I stopped reaching out to people. But then I realized, I was like, I'm never going to grow. Like, my goal was to be more proactive, right? And so I basically kept going to bat. I kept being in the trenches, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep trying different things, right? And through this whole process, I refined the approach of how to really have conversations with dream clients in the DMs in a really seamless way that doesn't feel like you're selling at all, because you're not. You're literally just doing research, right? And I'm actually going to share with you something really, really exciting. I'm going to be doing a free challenge next week. So I don't know if you guys were here on my Instagram stories over Christmas, but I did a 10-day Instagram Reels challenge over Christmas, and it was like crazy. I had like I think it was like 13 baddies or something in the challenge. Everyone was making reels. People gained a ton of followers. Like people like 4x their engagement. People landed clients. Like it was crazy. So like I had so much fun running that challenge, and it was literally just like happening on my Instagram stories. It was like an open event. I'm going to be running another challenge next week that's literally going to help you with exactly this. And it's how to 10x the conversations that you're having in the DMs with your dream clients. And if you're inside the membership, I know that like Daria, I've chatted to you a little bit about this, and Sonia, I was going to talk to you about this. If you're inside the membership, you're going to get access to a group Telegram with me directly, where you're going to be able to kind of go back and forth with me during those 3 days and really get like custom support on how you're doing that. But for everyone else in the free challenge, I'm going to be dropping like basically like really concrete actions for you to be taking every day. It's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, a concrete action for you to take to really 10x the conversations in your DMs, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Instagram. So send me a DM if you're interested in that. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And again, this is honestly a good chance to jump into the membership, because you basically get to get like direct access to me in a Telegram during this challenge to 10x your sales conversations. But it's going to be on my Instagram stories. So anyway, I basically, and this is what I'm going to teach you, like the framework of how to really have these conversations. And the key here that I want to share with you, why are these conversations so important? And you've heard me talk about this on my Instagram stories before. Nothing interesting happens in the building. And what I mean by that is the building is in your head, in your office, in your computer, in your notes app, in your Canva templates. Like nothing interesting is happening there. What is interesting is what's happening in the field with your dream clients. When you're out there talking to your dream clients, you are engaging with them, you are digging deeper, you are getting their exact words and the specific things that they're going through, right? Because when you gather that data, it's like you are getting the insights that you need to literally infuse into your content, your offers, the way that you talk to your clients in the like dream clients in the DMs. This is literally golden information that you can use to literally like basically co-create your offers, right? And so this live is about how to co-create your offers, where the first step is creating this baddie community of dream clients that you can basically dip into whenever you need those insights. Like I'm telling you, whenever I am crafting a new offer, like right now, I just had my IG baddie launch, and that was like a 5K launch, which by the way turned into like another launch, because I'm launching another program right now, and pre-sale opens on Monday. I'm so excited for this program. It's honestly like, I feel like every offer I drop, I'm always just like, this is the best thing I've ever created. And then I create the next thing and I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever created. And with this new program that I'm going into open pre-sale on Monday, I'm already having an 8K launch for this offer. I literally have not talked about it publicly. I have only started talking a little bit about it publicly this week to tease the offer. I already have literally 4 baddies inside, and that's $8,000 in pre-launch sales. Like, that's wild. And the reason is because I've culminated this community where I can dip in and ask questions, get feedback, co-create, and like very, very transparently be like, I'm creating a new offer based on what you've been talking to me about. Like, what do you want to see in it? What kind of like support do you want? Like, what's your biggest thing that you're working towards? What do you want to walk away with? All of this information is what I then feed into my offers. And that's why when I'm dropping a new offer, I'm able to get baddies inside right away and have them like be so excited to join with honestly minimal questions asked, because I'm literally giving them what they want, right? And this is something that I feel like is really missing in a lot of offers that people are creating, because they're creating them in the building, right? And so, for example, yesterday I was talking with one of the baddies at the dinner, and if Kiana's still here, it was actually her, and she was telling me she has this like incredible new idea for her business. And we were chatting about it at dinner, and honestly, it is a killer idea. Like, I just know that it would be so successful. But she was telling me, she was like, how do I like bring it to life? Like, I'm just not really sure like how to kind of position it. How do I go out and kind of like find people for it? And this is literally the answer. It's building this community that you can start tapping for that information so that you can then feed that into your offer. So you're not getting into a situation where you're dropping an offer and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, I hope someone buys, like, I hope someone needs this. Like, you know, you're and because also when you have that energy, like that translates into like your confidence when you're selling. And because you're not feeling like that, I know they'll buy confidence, it's going to kind of translate into the sale. And that also makes selling harder, which reduces your sales. But when you are co-creating your offers with your clients, you're able to have like just really strong confidence that you know this is something that they want, which then translates into your sales, right? And so one of the big things that I do is, so Daria was kind of chatting about like, she did the welcome message, she had people respond, and then she felt like the conversation was kind of like fizzling out a little bit, right? And so one of the things that I really want to share with you is the concept of in my authentic nurturing funnel. And so what I want you to really think, so what my authentic nurturing funnel is basically like on the one end, you have people joining your community, right? And with the welcome message, that's part of the framework inside the training, which you get access for when you jump into Baddie Money Method, and it's only $97 a month, is you welcome people into your community and you open a loop, right? You open the conversation when they join, which allows you to gather initial insights and measure the temperature of the person coming into your community. Are they a hot buyer? Are they a warm lead? Are they a cold lead? These things are all going to inform how you actually treat that person in the conversation, right? And when they're not like super, super hot, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to leverage multiple touch points, right? So I don't know exactly like Daria's conversation that she's having with her community. So we'll break that down in the Q&A tomorrow, which is happening inside the membership, 10 a.m. tomorrow, group Q&A call where we can literally just brainstorm whatever you need support with. So we'll probably like walk through those conversations, but I'm guessing that either we can tweak the questions that you're asking to keep the conversation going, or simply just leverage multiple touch points. So something that has really allowed me to build a very loyal community of dream clients who love to engage with me, love to co-create with me, is I haven't forced conversations. Sometimes conversations just naturally fizzle out, and you basically need to just leverage multiple touch points. So a lot of the time, your conversation fizzles out And then I'll usually use like an Instagram story, or maybe they respond to my Instagram story to restart the conversation. This is why I love Instagram. You can also do this on LinkedIn, by the way, where you basically just, especially if the person's posting content, then you can comment on their post and use that to restart the DM conversation, right? And this is a really good way to build relationships over the long run in a very non-forceful way, right? And the key here is every time you're restarting the conversation, you want to be really strategic about how you're restarting the conversation in order to uncover more insights, right? And then now we're really getting to the co-creating of the offers is now as you're gathering those insights. So for example, a lot of the time what will happen inside of my launches is I'll be like running a launch, I'll be selling an offer, I'll be getting baddies inside. Some baddies will be like, looking, and they're very clearly kind of thinking about the offer. And so I'm not going to like, force them to buy. I'm not going to try to like, badger them or anything like that. It's so funny. So yesterday I had one of the baddies in IG Baddie jump into my next program, which again, we're starting pre-sale on Monday. If you do want the early pre-sale on this program, by the way, that we're going into official pre-sale on Monday, there is an early bird pre-sale. So if you want the details on that and you want to get inside early, send me a DM, just DM me next and we can chat about the details. This is honestly going to be like probably the best program I've ever dropped. Like you're going to walk away with all your offers filled with dream clients, and not just like any offers, scalable offers, right? So send me a DM saying next if you want the early deets and you want to get in on the price before price goes up to the pre-sale price from the early bird pre-sale price this week. So send me a DM if you're interested in that. But basically I had a baddie jump in from IG Baddie into this new program yesterday, and it was hilarious because she was literally like begging me for the link. She was like, oh, like, she was like asking all these, she was like, oh, like, how much is the investment? Okay, that sounds great. Or she was just like, how much is the investment? I mentioned kind of the details to her. And then later she messaged me and she's like, oh, haha, like you're so non-salesy. Like I didn't realize I had to actually like literally ask you for the link. And what this process of multiple touch point nurturing does is it's so laid back that your clients don't feel like you're openly selling to them. Like you're not being pushy. And so they actually feel more led to like literally come to you, and they're just like, hey, like literally hand me over the link. Like I've had that last week with a woman jumping into the program, into the membership. She was literally just like, quit playing, like just give me the link. Like literally, if you want people in your DMs who are literally just like, oh my God, like send me the link already, I'm ready to jump in. This is the secret of multiple touch points, right? Because the thing I'm going to share with you, the last really point that I want to share, these multiple touch points, when you are strategically reopening that conversation and gaining a new insight, and they're telling you what they're currently thinking, and you're able to get that information out, that's what you then start to either put directly into your offer or you start to put into your marketing, right? So I'll give you a really concrete example. So I had someone who really wanted to jump into, I think it was like, they wanted to jump into IG Baddie. And one of their things that they were wondering about was like the it's such a simple example, but they were literally just like kind of asking about like the program, and they were just like, oh, like when are the calls? And that was the thing that they were kind of hung up on, right? They were just like, I want to make sure I'm going to attend the calls live, right? And so of course I like told them when the calls were in the DMs, but I also put it on my Instagram stories, because the thing is, when you get an insight like that from the DMs where someone has a question that is keeping them on the edge about your offer, is you want to make sure that you are also answering that question in your Instagram stories. And so what I'm trying to say here is, as you're making these multiple touch points, you are collecting more information, right? And you're actually tweaking you're potentially tweaking your offers, right? So, I know that one of the things that was really, really big for IG Baddie was people really love the way I do Instagram stories, right? And they really wanted to have a way to do Instagram stories in a really easy way, which means templates, right? And so initially I was talking about like, oh, you know, like I'm going to teach you how to do Instagram stories, but I was hearing a lot because of these multiple touch points and this, you know, baddie community of dream clients that I've built who I can tap for information. I was hearing that they were like, ooh, like we really want templates is basically what they were saying. And so I literally started talking about templates in my marketing, right? And I decided in the program, I was like, I'm going to give you templates. Literally, I'm going to give you like at least 3 templates that you're going to be able to just plug your niche into for your Instagram stories in order to generate sales, right? Generate inquiries for your business. And so this is really the secret to co-creating offers with your clients, with your dream clients, is this nurturing process, right? And what's also happening in the background, this is why I'm like literally so obsessed with this framework, is as you are gathering data, because you're not directly selling, you're not saying like, hey, like, you know, I'm creating this offer and I want you to buy it. What do you want in it? Like you're being very subtle. People like that. It's almost like it's a tease. It's like, you're just like, ooh, like, what about this? Like, what about that? And they're just like, oh, I think this, and this is what I'm seeing and all that stuff. And it's putting their mind into gear for a sale. And you're basically nurturing them to buy through this process as well, right? And I'm going to give you like a third freaking thing that's going on too, is as you are having this conversation with them in the DMs, you're using that information to now create content, to now change the way you talk about your offer, to now change how you talk about like you literally talk about those things in your Instagram stories. As you're having a conversation with them in the DMs, you are also having a conversation with them through your content. This is actually how I ended up accidentally literally getting like 2 more baddies into my new 3-month program that, again, pre-sale starts on Monday. Like accidentally, literally, I was not even trying to talk about this program, but I was in the DMs with a baddie who wanted help on basically creating like irresistible offers, scalable offers, and getting her dream clients into them. Hey, Alexis. Alexis is inside IG Baddie. I'm so excited. Thanks so much for being here. We're just chatting about co-creating offers. And so basically with, what was I saying here? So I was in the DMs with one of the baddies who wanted support with creating scalable offers and filling them with dream clients, right? And so the new program is not designed for Instagram only. No, it's basically for like any, like I'll support you on creating content on any channel, but it's basically like you're creating your offers that are scalable and then selling them to your dream clients on like multiple platforms. So it's like Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, like if you want to do YouTube. So it's like platform agnostic. So if you're on LinkedIn or Instagram, it's going to be totally 100% applicable to you. So basically what was going on is I was co-creating this new program that's happening starting on Monday. So Daria is asking, what if I don't know what offers I want to create yet? So that's exactly what we're actually doing inside the program, is I'm going to help you create your offers. So if you already have offers, we're going to rejig them to make sure that they're scalable, that they speak directly to your dream clients. If you don't have your offers yet and you're just like, I just want to like restart my offers. Maybe you're like, I'm not in love with my offers right now. Or maybe you're like pivoting into a new niche and you're just like, I don't really like have my offers figured out. That's exactly what I'll help you to do as well, is like literally build out your scalable offer suite to make sure that you actually have like a consistent journey between all these offers, right? Starting with something that's an entry point and then creating an upsell strategy. This has been my biggest like secret in my business lately, is having a journey within your offer suite for your clients. Because the truth is, when you have a dream client come into one of your offers, I think it's actually irresponsible to not give them the next step. I'm not saying you're forcing people into the next step, but I always love to give my clients the next step. So it's like, if you've loved working with me, you've loved being in baddie energy, you've gotten great results and you want to keep going, here's the next step, right? So I'll be helping baddies inside basically build your scalable offer suite so that you can just like have all your offers in a journey and create recurring revenue as well through client retention. So So send me a DM if you want to chat about this program. It's honestly going to be epic. Like I said, like price is going up on Monday to the official pre-sale. Right now it's early bird pre-sale. So you're going to want to get in early to save a little bit on that and make sure you grab your spot because they're honestly going pretty fast. Like we already have like almost 4 people inside. And so what I want to share with you is like when I was co-creating this offer, what's hilarious is I had actually initially created this offer as a one-on-one offer because one baddie in my community who was in IG Baddie, and she was like, I really just need help with my offers. She's like a little newer to business. And she was like, I really just want to set my offers properly. I don't want to like mess around. I don't want to like, like be selling the wrong thing. I want to feel confident about my offer. She's like, I really want support. So I was actually creating a custom offer for her that was like one-on-one. And then when we were in the DMs, we were talking about this offer because I was literally co-creating with her. And there's only so much that I really want to kind of like, like divulge in the DMs. And so what I did is, again, because before I was telling you, you're having a direct conversation with your dream clients in the DMs. You're also talking to them through your content. This is a really important thing. Your content is a conversation to your dream clients. They're also talking back to you through your content by commenting, engaging, replying to your stories, saving your content. And so what happened when we were in the DMs, there was a lot of questions that she was asking and there were some things that were coming up and I didn't want to like vomit like 80,000 words in the DMs. So I went on my Instagram stories. And I was like, I'm in the DMs right now having this conversation. Here are some of the things that I really truly believe about offers. Here's the results that I've gotten and here's the framework that I follow. And this is why I really believe in this. Literally, an hour, not even an hour after I posted one Instagram story slide with that, 2 baddies reached out. They're like, we need help with this. Like, I think I'm interested in this. It wasn't, I want to buy this right away, send me the link. There's no offer, but they were like, ooh, I like this. Can you tell me more about this? Like, what's going on here? Like, can you help me with this too? Like, what is this? Like, can you get me in on this? And then I started co-creating with them. And I instantly, because I'm gathering data, I instantly shifted and I was like, this is a group program. This is a group program because group programs, I truly believe you get even more results because you literally get to watch other people get coached. You get to watch other people implement. You get to watch other people give you feedback. It's literally multiplied and it's scalable, which means that I can create an even bigger impact on more people, right? I decided a very, very long time ago that I wasn't going to cap myself at one-on-one offers. I still do private coaching, but I love creating group programs because it allows me to serve more people. Like right now I have 10 people in IG Baddie, and one of the IG Baddies in the Facebook group yesterday said, like, I'm so grateful for this community. I'm so grateful that I get to be supported by all these women. Like I have women commenting on other women's posts like, hey, like this person reached out. How do I respond? And they're like, this is what I think. And like everything's multiplied, right? But it's all because I was able to listen and respond quickly, right? This is part of not being inside the building. Inside the building is you go into your office, you open Canva and you create an offer. You spend 3 weeks putting it together. You scratch your head trying to figure out, is this what people want? And then you finally launch it and then you're not sure that it's going to sell, right? And like I said at the beginning of this live, the lack of confidence unfortunately shows because you're just like, I hope someone buys. Like, I hope this is what someone wants. Like, I hope this offer is structured properly. It's really hard to sell when you don't truly believe and almost know that people are going to buy, right? Like when I drop my offers, I know people are going to buy because I created it for them. I literally custom created it, right? And it's also because I'm able to respond quickly. And this is something that I'm going to be also helping the baddies with inside this new 3-month program is really that quick response. Okay, we got a new piece of data. Is there an opportunity to now tweak the offer, make it better? Is there an opportunity to add, I don't know, a VIP upgrade? Is there an opportunity to add an upsell? Is there an opportunity to, I don't know, like have a different way to serve them better? You know, like for example, with my IG Baddie program, when I launched it, I was like, it's starting on January 29th because I wanted to have enough time to launch it after my challenge. But I started getting people inside so early and I was like, And a lot of the people were telling me, they were like, like January 29th is so late. Like I want to start creating content now. Like it's January 1st. Like I want to go. And I wasn't just like, yeah, sorry, it's starting on January 29th. I responded. I was like, you want to start content now? We're opening a Facebook group. Facebook group's opening early. Jump in the Facebook group. I'm going to give you a content prompt every single day. And in fact, I'm going to go live every single Monday inside the Facebook group and start teaching you about your dream client, about how to talk in the DMs, how to do all these things. And baddies started jumping in. Literally, that weekend, 2 people jumped in. They're like, I'm in. Send me the link. No question, I'm in. I want in right now. They started attending the Facebook Lives. And one of the baddies, literally, the program was still 2 weeks out. She had literally refined her dream client, updated her entire website based on this new refinement, and landed a client inquiry. Literally, her first ever client inquiry. And it was because I actually adapted. I'm actually listening to what people are saying, right? So drop a yes in the chat if like this is really landing for you and you're just like, this is the missing piece. This is what I want in order to be able to create these results, right? Like if you're like, this makes sense. We need to listen to what people are telling us and then tweak our offers correctly, right? So drop a yes in the chat if you're like you're like, okay, this is how we co-create offers with our dream clients. Daria's like, I need to do more of this. Exactly. This is the game changer. This is honestly what has like always allowed me to create the best offers in my business. And I'm going to be very transparent with you right now. Alexis is sending a heart over here. The only offers that have ever not worked. Sonia's like sent DM already. I love that. Okay, I'm going to jump into my DMs as soon as I do this live, finish up this live. But the only offers that have ever tanked for me in my business are when I created them inside the building. If you haven't heard already, I had a massively flopped launch in October, November, December last year. I was selling a program called Content Baddie. I had one incredible baddie jump in. She was already an existing client. She'd been in a lot of my programs, and this was the next step for her, right? It made sense. She was the perfect fit for it. But I had like sort of co-created it with her, but not with the other people in my audience, right? And what I discovered was the other people in my audience were not ready for a 6-month group program with me. That was just not what they were looking for. They wanted a lower touch point. They wanted a way to taste working with me. They didn't want to invest $7,000 in 6 months. They just weren't there yet, right? But I didn't do my market research. I didn't do my homework, right? Before that, last year, I launched 9 offers into the market, right? Like actually launched and ran 9 offers. But I'm going to tell you, I actually created 30, if not more, offers in 2023. And the reason a lot of those tanked was because I didn't do my market research. I didn't talk to my clients. And I didn't really respond to the data properly, right? That was all learning. I don't regret it. But literally every single time, like when I first launched this membership last year in September, I immediately got like 6 people in the first week because it was what they wanted. They literally told me, they're like, we love your templates. We want them every month. And we just want a little bit of time with you and just a few trainings. We want to start creating content on LinkedIn, like help us. And I was like, cool, $97 a month membership, let's go. And they're like, I'm in. No questions asked, literally jumped in, right? So this is literally the exact framework that I'm going to be teaching you inside Next Level Baddie. Oops, I just said the name of the program. I'm not supposed to be sharing it yet until next week. So you guys get early dibs on the name of the program. Daria's like, I love how you approach market research. Like I've obviously heard and learned about market research a lot, but it always felt forced and hard versus DMs feel so easy and natural. Like, duh. Exactly. And I think like a lot of the time, like that's why I don't even really like the word market research, because it just puts you in this like academic, like we're going to send like a long questionnaire of like 30 questions. It's not going to be exciting for our clients. And and we're going to pour through this data. Then we're going to take this information and go in the building and analyze. It's just so boring. Like, no one wants to do that. I'm not saying you can't do forms. Like, I send people forms through my email list. Like, it's not about the method. It's just about the approach and how you do it, right? People want to be involved. They want to have conversations with you. And what I love about this, let's call it DM conversation-based market research, is you are literally nurturing people as you're doing this. That is the secret to why, literally, when I dropped this new program to 3 baddies, I literally sent them an email with a video about the offer. Then I went to dinner and literally, like, I got to dinner, I literally ordered my food and I checked my phone. It was like an hour since I sent the email. And one of the baddies was like, I'm in. Keep creating offers that speak to me. I love this. I'm in. And it was because I had literally been nurturing her in the DMs. We had been talking about this. This wasn't shocking to her. And I think there's also a subtle thing here is when people know that you are creating an offer for them and you are consulting them and you're having conversations with them, you're coming back and being like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. They feel they jump in easier because they created it. They have ownership, right? Alexis is like, what if our audience is so small that we're not able to connect with our target audience for market research like we want to? I'm so glad that you asked that question because I'm literally the master at still doing your market research, even if you have a small audience. Because when I first got on Instagram, I had less than 200 followers. Like, I literally had a dead account. There was like one picture of me at brunch. It was like one post or something. Like, it was totally like one of those accounts where you're just like, this person's a nobody. And I literally managed to do my market research and launch my first group program within 3 weeks of being on Instagram and make my first $1,000 on Instagram. And then that turned into $4,000 because 2 of those baddies upsold into my private coaching. You guessed it, because the first offer was literally custom created for them. I was like literally creating, because I spent 3 weeks in the DMs talking with people, and then I literally created I gave the people what they wanted. And I had less than 200 followers. It didn't matter, right? But I'll tell you the other missing piece to this, right? This isn't just about DMs. It's also about content, right? And that is why sometimes when people talk to me, they're like, oh, like I need to build a community. And how do I build a community? Well, one of the ways that you build a community is you create really potent content that is very specific to you. And that's why we did a massive, massive lesson yesterday inside IG Baddie. And Alexis was in there and she was like freaking doing all kinds of breakthroughs around her niche, doing all these questions. Hi, Jean, thanks so much for joining. We're just chatting about how to do market research and when you still have a small audience. And so yesterday in IG Baddie, we got really clear on your brand and how we're going to bring your unique brand into your content, because that is going to create your community. That is going to create your conversations, right? And it actually doesn't matter if you have a very small audience, because I've been there. You just have to really make sure that your content is something that is very speaks directly to them and almost basically starts a fire, right? And this is a large part of also what we're going to be doing inside the program. That's the 3-month program that, again, pre-sale starts on Monday, but early bird pre-sale is this week. So if you want to hop in, DM me next and I'll send you the details. But what we're going to be focusing on is really honing in on your content to build a fire in your community that gathers the right people around it. This is what I did when I first got on Instagram. Is I was talking about LinkedIn and I was talking about doing LinkedIn the casual way. That was like my niche at the time. And so I got on LinkedIn, I got onto the scene, and I would just literally dominated. I was like, this is what's up with LinkedIn. This is why it's better than Instagram. I started talking about LinkedIn baddies. I was like, here are all the results I've created on LinkedIn. This is why you need to be on LinkedIn. You think LinkedIn's boring? It's actually really fun. I shifted mindsets. I made people laugh. Like I literally like dominated the scene, and I built a fire that brought all these women in who were like, I want to do LinkedIn, but I don't want to do it in the corporate way. I want to do it in the fun way. I love what you're talking about, right? And that content created a lot of conversations because it created engagement, right? And then I used that engagement to talk to them in the DMs, get the information, and then I literally took what they were telling me. They were like, I want to feel myself on LinkedIn. I want to feel like I want to be accepted on LinkedIn. I don't want to wear a tie. I don't want to be held back by my old coworkers. I want to do, like, I want high paying clients. Like, I deserve that, but I don't want to be, feel like I'm selling to like my old coworkers. Guys, I literally created a freaking Excel spreadsheet that had like 100 rows in it of everything that these people were telling me. And then I used that. Again, I was not in the building. I was outside of the building. I was out there in the field collecting data, talking to people, and going live, like having conversations. And then I literally took that, crafted an offer, started promoting it in 3 weeks. I literally had like less than 200 followers. I got 3 baddies into my group program, and it's actually crazy because I think it was in lesson 1 of IG Baddie that I actually showed you guys my Instagram profile side to side in April 2023 when I first got on Instagram versus May 2023. A month later, I went from 193 followers to 509 followers because of my content and my community, right? And it was all because I owned my unique niche and I built the conversations, and then I gave the people what they wanted. Literally, it's so simple, and that's honestly it gets to be so fun. It gets to be so fun. Like, imagine you just like wake up and you just have a bunch of DMs from your dream clients, like telling you exactly what they want. They're like engaging with your stories and they're just like, I love this. I really need this. This is how I want to show up. Like, this is my block right now. They're commenting on your reels being like, I actually really like struggle to show up as myself. I'm trying to let go of perfection. I'm cock blocking myself in my content create. Like, literally, they're just like giving it. Like, it's all there. You just have to package it into the offers and then just sell the F out of them. And it gets to be fun. It gets to be fun. Like, this is when selling is so fun. I literally love selling. Like, every time I get on my Instagram stories, it's like a game. I'm like, what can I say? Like, what can I say? Like, that's really going to move people today. Like, here's a conversation that's going on in the DMs. Like, how can I now turn this into a story? Like, how can I, like literally when I first launched my membership last year, when it was focused on LinkedIn, now it's like focused on like multi-platform. So it's like, it really helps you get consistent with not just creating content, but like some early stages of building your community and like getting your profile set up and everything. But when I first launched it, you guys, it was crazy. The first day of my launch, I announced it on my Instagram stories, and that I have a carousel on this. I have a carousel on this on my grid where it says how I intentionally called a specific woman into my membership using my content. There was a baddie in my community who I had been nurturing since July for 2 months. Again, earlier in this live, I talked about the authentic nurturing funnel, right? Where you're basically using multiple touch points to nurture people, right? You're not forcing people to buy from you right away and then dropping off. You're actually having constant conversations with them. And through these multiple touch points, she had told me this phrase about how she felt about LinkedIn. Literally, it was 2 words. On the first day of my launch, I put those 2 words in my Instagram story sequence and embedded them in a story. The whole time that I was selling on my Instagram stories that day, I had that one woman in the forefront. I was talking to this woman. No one else exists. I was literally channeling my energy. I'm not kidding. I know this sounds crazy, but I was literally channeling my energy. I was like saying her name, and I was picturing her. I was just creating the stories, and I was thinking about all the DM conversations I was having with her, and I was telling this whole story, pouring my heart into my stories. And then I did like 4 calls to action for the membership. She literally bought. Literally. And it was so funny because when she first DM'd me, she accidentally reacted with the crying, smiling face. She meant to react, like she meant to hit the the sticker that I had, but she was so like frantic because she was so like, oh my God, this is speaking to me, that she literally like, it took her, I still have the screenshot. It was like crying face, and then it was like, whoops. And then it was like, and then I was like, I'm in, sorry. Like I can't even like type, because she was so excited because it spoke to her. And it was because I did the research, and it was crazy. And honestly, like I was surprised, but at the same time I was like, I'm not surprised, because this was intentional, right? And this is kind of like the last thing that I want to leave you with is the best results are when they're actually intentional, when you're not surprised. You can be surprised where you're just like, oh my gosh, like I just got like 3 people into my new program. Or like with me, it's like, oh my gosh, I got like 10 baddies into IG Baddie. Like I'm so excited. But it's not like where I'm just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, how did this happen? No, it's all part of an intentional strategy and plan, right? We can be excited. Daria's like, you're like a different person from when I saw you last year. Oh, like you're gonna make me cry. I do feel like a different person, honestly. I mean, I also let go of a lot of like trauma last year. But yeah, no, honestly, like, yeah, I do feel like a completely different person. But this is what it gets to be like, right? Where you are intent, like imagine you have a plan. And like you have an offer that you've carefully crafted based on research. You know who it's for. You've talked to them. They have like drips of information. You're dropping the offer, like you know it's correctly positioned. And then you like start getting people in, and you're excited, but you're like, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked because I actually have a strategy. And the best part, I'm going to tell you the best part here is with what I'm going to be teaching inside the 3-month program is I'm not going to just be teaching you how to drop one offer, get people inside, and then go home. I'm going to be teaching you how to then create even more momentum. Again, we're talking about presenting that next step to the people, right? What is the next step for your clients? So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be building a massive machine. Like I've talked about this before. I have a goal of, I don't even want to call it a goal. Like I'm going to hit $200,000 in sales this year in my business. And it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the impact. It's just the money is kind of like a good indicator of, you know, hey, Renee's here. She was in the masterclass for how I made Instagram my bitch in 2023. So super happy that you're here. We're just chatting about how to build a scalable offer suite that brings in recurring revenue and client retention and takes you to like your massive sales goals. So I'm going to be hitting $200,000 in sales this year because I want to basically like, I want my husband to be able to take 6 months off. Basically, that's what I want. And that's the revenue that I need in order to enable that for him, which is like my dream for him. But basically what I'm doing is I am building a machine, right? I am building a machine that allows me to have support my dream clients for the long run, right? Where let's say someone comes into my membership, they love the experience. If they just want to chill in the membership for like 3, 6, 12 months, they're more than welcome to do that. I love that for them. But if they're like, you know what, actually, like I want to go to the next step. I want to get a little bit closer to getting support from you. I want to be in the room with a lot of other baddies who are building scalable offers. Then they jump into the next like 3-month program, right? Again, we're going pre-sale on Monday. This is where we're going to be building your scalable offer suite and literally building what I'm building right now for your business, right? And then after the 3-month program, there's going to be another option, right? There's going to be a lot of people in my 3-month program who are like, I want to keep going. Like, I love the support. I want to be in the room with other baddies. What's the next step, right? It would be irresponsible of me and it would be irresponsible of you to not offer that next step to your dream clients. They love working with you. They're getting results. Why would you stop them, right? Then you have the next step, right? And the beautiful thing is this is my favorite part. I'm getting like so excited. I really need to I keep saying I'm going to like end this live and then I'm just so excited. But the thing that gets me the most excited is you have this kind of like this standard machine, right? You have your low ticket, your mid ticket, your high ticket, right? And you have people who get to get support from you and be in the room with all your amazing clients for the long run, right? Whoever wants to take a longer journey with you. I'm not saying not everyone has to, but let's say, for example, someone goes into the 3-month program and they're like, you know what? I don't really want to go into the 6-month program, but I still want to be in your energy. I want to be in your community. You get into the membership. great, that's another place you can stay in baddie energy. There's going to be more trainings going on in the future. I'm going to be doing like monthly themes in the membership. So it's like there's a way for everyone to stay in my world in various ways. And that's what I'm going to be helping you create as well in 2024 inside of this 3-month program. But the part that gets me the most excited is once you build this standard system, the standard scalable offer suite, you get to also drop little tiny micro offers that really excite you. So something that I really want to drop, and I want you to tell me right now in the comments if you would actually love this, is like a little tiny like sprint. Let's say it's like a 1-week program or something where basically we just go ham on like your authority content and like bold baddie content. So it's literally just like we're all, let's say in like a Slack or a Telegram or something, there's like 10 baddies inside or something, and it's like a low ticket offer. It's maybe like $297 or something for the week. Or maybe like I'm literally just dumping this out of my head right now. But it's like every day we're in baddie energy. We're just messaging in the channel. We're cheering each other on, and we're posting really bold authority content that generates our sales, right? So we're just like, it's like this little sprint, right? And it's just like a little micro offer. And then what you do is anytime you're doing this little micro offer is you then offer people to come into your standard offers, right? So now instead of just dropping a random, like one-time offer, you're always feeding it into your machine, right? Not because you're like trying to hold on to people and you're like, I want more money from you. No, it's not all about that. It's just if people love being served by you, they're going to want to come into your world. So you're saying, hey, if you love that and you want more support, here's your next step. If you would desire this, right? And the people who desire, they're like, yes, I desire that. Please let me into that next step. Thank you so much for pointing me to the next step so that I don't have to figure this out, right? You're serving. This is how you're serving, right? And you get to really drop all these exciting little ideas. Like you want to do an in-person event? Like I literally did an in-person event last night. 18 women showed up to a dinner. You want to do you want to do a retreat? You want to do an in-person retreat? Great. Feed that into your suite. Like once we build the machine, you get to drop these like additional little fun offers, right? And that's what really gets me excited, where you get to really get creative, right? So basically that's how you co-create offers with your dream clients. So basically that's all to say, this is how we do it. And this is how, hey, Rebecca's here. She was at the dinner last night. I'm so excited. She's also an IG baddie. She's a major baddie. She's freaking hilarious. But you're just dropping in at the end when I'm just about to drop off, but you'll have to rewatch the live, because honestly, there was some like serious gold in here. Like this was literally like a paid masterclass. I'm going to be popping this over on my YouTube too. So yeah, that's basically how we co-create honestly offers that your dream clients love, that people love to drop in. And the last really tiny piece I want to mention is like really serving your clients inside of your offers, right? Like really crafting, and the way that you do that is you craft Rebecca's like, hey, I'll catch the replay. Awesome. So one of the ways that you actually also craft incredible offers for your clients is you make sure that they are centered around your zone of genius. And that is what I do. And that is what I did with IG Baddie. I created something that I knew I was going to be able to serve my clients from my absolute zone of genius, which then creates a lot of people who want to keep working with you. Like even just last night, one of the baddies inside IG Baddie, she's like, hey, like, do you do like one-off branding content sessions? Like, can I just book an hour with you? And I was like, yes, absolutely. I have an intensive. We can do a 60-minute strategy call. And then I actually give you 2 days of Telegram where we go back and forth as you implement so that I can support you, because just one 60-minute call, like that's not serving you enough. Like I'm going to give you 2 days of Telegram. She's like, great, send me the link. Like, give it to me right now. I sent it literally 15 minutes later. She's in. She's already booked her call. Tuesday, we're meeting and we're going to be breaking down her brand and breaking down how to really make her content potent AF to bring in her dream clients, right? And so when you create offers that are based on your zone of genius, everything flows. Like people just want to stay in your world because you're freaking awesome. You're so good at what you do, right? And that's the effect that I want to create for you inside this program. I'm also going to, again, I'm also going to be doing the free challenge next week. 3 days, 10xing your conversations with your dream clients in the DMs, which is kind of like the first step of really co-creating your offers with your clients. So watch out for that. And if you want info on the 3-month program that is going into pre-sale on Monday, and we are going to be raising the price on Monday. Right now it's early bird pre-sale pricing, 3-month program, helping you really basically everything that I talked about in this live. Send me a DM saying next, and I'll give you the early details. Other than that, I will be dropping off, but thank you so much, baddies, for being here. It's been honestly absolutely awesome. This is like such an exciting live. I love talking about this, and I'm so glad that we were able to hang out and have an incredible day. I will chat to you soon, and I'll see a bunch of you in the membership. I'll see a bunch of you in the feed, and have an incredible day. Bye, baddies.